Hey everyone, it's me, Arthur Kade, welcoming the fabulous Leah Black, formerly of the Real Housewives of Miami, and now first of a three-part trilogy here, Red Carpets and White Lies. Congratulations on the new book. Check it out. Gives us a glimpse into Miami society, and it's pretty freaking cool. Hey everyone, it's me, Arthur Kade, and Leah Black. You and I were just having a Gossip Girl session about Miami society here. I mean, I have like a 2% understanding of it. You're the queen of it, and you wrote a whole book. I want to finish this book. I'm like about a third of the way through, but I want to finish it because I want to guess who you're writing about. So, first of all, go buy Red Carpets and White Lies, because Leah, pretty much having been a Real Housewife of Miami and giving us a taste of society through that, you give us an even bigger taste of what the heck goes down there.
And the book gets juicier and juicier and juicier, and it kind of climaxes at the end. So it's not your typical book. You'll like it as you get further into it. The characters get more developed and the story gets more entangled.
Do your friends read the book and think, I wonder if she's right? So give me the reaction of how that all goes down. So the book comes out, they're like at Barnes & Noble, or you give them an advance copy, and then what happens?
Well, see, when I had a book signing in Miami, we sold out and there were 150 people waiting for the book. I was like, I wonder if they're all here because they think it's going to be a good book or to see if they're in it. And I tell you, within 3 days, I started getting text messages, and one of my neighbors text messages said, I've got to talk with you. I've got to talk gossip. I know who XXX is in this book. I know it's so-and-so. And I literally almost fell on the floor because I had worked so hard to camouflage that character. And I said, no, my husband said, no, it's not that person. But I was dying because I had really I had been busted. And I really felt that I had camouflaged this character so well that no one would ever figure out who they were.
Do you ever worry? Like, I would be so freaking scared that I would be disowned from society by writing about people. Do you ever sit back and think, all right, I don't know if I can write about person X and their drug habit or whatever, or what happened?
Well, first of all, this is all fiction, so let's start there. And secondly, they're composites of characters. And thirdly, it's like they used to say to Truman Capote, they used to be mad if they weren't in the book, and then they were mad if they were in the book. So secretly they want to be in it, but they also want to be the author of it, and it doesn't work that way. And this book's very sarcastic. It pokes fun at everybody, and everybody's got a side of them that they probably wish I wouldn't have exposed. On the other hand, they're interesting, fabulous, funny, out loud laughing characters. And it really does encompass Miami, because that's what Miami is. I mean, people will get up and get all dolled up and spend 10 hours to get dressed to go to the opening, you know, of like a dry cleaners or an envelope. And then it's hilarious to me, you know, and the red carpet and the cameras, it's just fabulously funny. But the people actually are funny, interesting people. So it wasn't poking fun at them. I was just kind of laughing with them and really, I guess, personifying and amplifying kind of the silliness of it all.
I've got to give you 1,000,000% credit. If you guys are going to pick up buzzing sounds in the background, in our studio in New York, there's construction going on. First of all, you're talking about Miami. Welcome to New York. It doesn't matter where you are, there's construction. And you are just like a pro going right through it. I'm like, you know what? I'm like used to it, but I'm like, you're just a pro at it.
Listen, after being on that Housewives show and being the piñata for a year, I can pretty much take anything.
What was that like? What was it? Because we do all the Bravo personalities, and I've had most of the Housewives from every single city in here. What was that experience like for you?
You know, I was just sort of blindsided because the first 2 years I was empowering everyone and bragging about everyone and had ideas to help launch different product lines for them, because for 20 years I've been in skincare, jewelry. I have a big brand and a big line that I sell around the world, so I know how to do that. And I was like, I could put you in lingerie, and I could put you with this, and I could do, and all these great ideas. And I defended every one of them and took up for every one of them and cheered them all on. Then comes season 3, and all of a sudden, I guess either ran out of storylines, wanted more attention, or whatever happened, and they all just came at me. I was just like blindsided. Like, what the hell did I ever do to any one of you? I've done nothing but defend every one of you, help certain ones a lot, and you turn on me like a bunch of snakes. And I realized that show brings out really the best and the worst in everybody. And I can look back on the show, and my son's 13 now, 14, in 5 years, he's not going to find a moment that I embarrassed him or myself or my husband or my dogs, you know?
Was that a cognizant thought for you? Were you like, hey, I've got to maintain a certain image and make sure that I come off professional?
Who I was on the show is who I am in my real life. Now, I might have curtailed some things I could have said because I easily could have buried 10 feet under many of these girls and their lies and stories. But I didn't. I chose not to. I mean, I could have told, I know where all their bodies are buried. I could have exposed all of that. I chose not to because I didn't feel that it was necessary. It wasn't part of making the show fun. And, you know, I think when it's conflict, the shows are fun. When it just becomes hate and vitriol and character assassinations and tear people down, you know, that is not sustainable. People aren't interested. It gets to the point it's uncomfortable to watch. And I think these girls, you give them enough rope and they just hang themselves. And they're just like clinging on to that 15 minutes like, you know, and I'm like, who are you? I don't even recognize you anymore, you know? And I'm just going on about my life, so I was just totally blindsided by it. Looking back, I think it's hilarious how far people will go for airtime and attention.
But having the taste of TV, did you say, all right, maybe this isn't the concept that I wanted to move forward with, but there's other stuff I'd like to do?
You know, I've done infomercials for my product lines. I have LeahBlackBeauty.com. Let me shamelessly plug it. And I did my sudden youth infomercial for years. I did an infomercial with Joan Collins in Europe for years. So I've been on television.
Her, by the way.
I love her. Let me bow down.
Actually, it's now Dame Joan Collins.
Let me bow down. I did an infomercial with her in 1992 or 3. She was no different then than she is now. She's a diva. She looks the same and too. She's a diva when she walks in, and she's a diva when she leaves. And the funniest thing, we were in Baden-Baden, Germany, and every time there was a break, she would come back up the stairs with a different long, full-length fur coat on. And I just thought it was so fascinating. And I'm paying her to promote my product line, and I'm like, I'm loving this. I'm just getting all this side puff that I wasn't expecting. I mean, she's just glamorously, fabulously great. I love her. And I don't care if she is like Alexis in real life. I think it's becoming to her.
I love her. That's why she's a dame.
Yeah.
Well, all I can say is I'm going to finish this thing. Everybody's got to check out Red Carpets and White Lies. I'm so fascinated by this type of stuff because it's essentially on paper what we see in Real Housewives, but without, like you said, the secrets in the, well, no, there are secrets and lies. The words I'm looking for here are production value behind. So congratulations on this book. Congratulations.
I hope, that they'll tweet me at Leah Black Miami and tell me what you really, really think, and go on Amazon and give me your real raw comments. I got amazing reviews from Perez Hilton all the way to Dave Barry to OK Magazine. So I'm really interested in what people have to think about it because this is my first novel and it was just fun.
And it's part of a trilogy, or the first
Yes, I committed to 3, and I've already got another one going. The other one's going to get juicier and worse. Because
I think I want to come down, stay with you, and literally watch the stories unfold and sit there and watch you write chapters. But that's a chapter right there. I saw that happen.
I was gentle in that one. The next one, I'm going to go ahead and go for broke.